Good morning, everyone. It is a Monday before the Wednesday that I'm going to be getting back on the trail. Deb and I have taken a few days to drive up north. We made our first stop back in Southern Virginia to visit with my friend Ninja, who is back on the trail where he got off last year. And we managed to track him down on the trail. And in fact, I hiked a little bit to the south and met him on the trail. So it was a nice surprise for him. And he knew we were coming, but he didn't know that we were going to come down the trail after him. But that was awesome. And I'll show you some pictures of that. We got to spend the night with him and got to feed him a good dinner and provide some trail magic on the trail for other hikers. And it was good. It was good. So after we left Ninja, we drove up to Front Royal, Virginia. For those of you who followed me last year, you know that I made a connection with the family there, Jen and Chris, and they were following me on my YouTube channel, and they invited me to stay last year at their home, and they took care of me. It was the best kind of trail magic that you can get. Sleeping in a bed, they fed me a good dinner, did my laundry, and became friends for life. And Deb did get to meet them last year, but so we got to hang out with them for a few hours, and it was good. It was good. Just just good people. I mean, just good people. What can you say about people like that? And then so yesterday we came up to a hostel that I stayed at last year, where again I just for whatever reason I just made a great connection with the owner of the hostel, whose name is Sula. For my close friends, you know that I've talked about her. She is I call her a professional hula hooper. She is a very, I will say, a little bit eccentric in that she lives in, I don't want to say she lives in a fairyland because that gives a wrong impression, but she enjoys doing things that have that kind of atmosphere in her home. And I'll show you a video of her home in the hostel here in a moment. But she's just a wonderful person, and Deb has heard me talk about her for the last almost year. And Deb finally got to meet her and immediately saw what I saw in Sula, and it was cool. It was cool. Sula has left this morning. It's the morning after. Sula has left. She is a substitute school teacher, and so she's left to go to school, and we're here at the hostel by ourselves, getting our showers and getting ready to head out. Our next stop is going to be Philadelphia, where we are going to spend a couple of days with Stephanie slash Navigator and her son Cole that I hiked with last year. If you don't know, Cole did make it all the way to Katahdin, and I'll try to put a picture in here of him finishing that, or at least him coming off Mount Katahdin afterwards. And Stephanie did not make it last year because she broke her heel. And if you remember, she was in a lot of pain the last few days that I hiked with her and Cole. And now we know why. Well, we knew last year, but she broke her heel. So we are going to pick her up in Philadelphia. And 2 days from now, today's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Wednesday, we are going to head up to where I stopped on the trail, about 70 miles north of New York City, up near West Point. And Stephanie is going to start the hike off with me, and she plans on hiking the first 234 miles with me. So I'm excited for that. I'm excited to see Cole and Stephanie, and I'm excited to meet her husband, Randy. And So, anyways, it's just a good day. I wanted to do this trip in this way, coming back to the trail, um, just to help me get my head on right. And as you know, the trail kicked my ass last year. It beat me up, both physically and more mentally. And so I'm trying to get back the positive vibes that I had when I started the trail last year. And it's difficult because in my head, I'm going back to face something that just whipped my ass last year. And I'm excited, I'm anxious, I'm afraid, all those emotions going through. The This trip up has really brought those positive emotions back to me. Seeing Ninja's like a brother. Um, it was very difficult leaving him on the trail. Um, Seeing Jen and Chris yesterday, just positive people, just very positive people, and Sula. Yeah, Sula taught us how to hula hoop last night, and it was hilarious. And I think I'll show you the video of that happening. We'll see. Um, it's a little bit embarrassing, but it was fun, and Deb loved it. She got very good at it very quick. But anyway, so just just a video to start off. Thanks, and I'll probably edit this because I don't want long videos this year, and we'll see what happens. But all right, I'm going to turn this phone around and give you a quick tour of the Sunflower Cottage Hostel run by Sula. And I hope you enjoyed as much as I did. This is her living room. Nothing extravagant. In case you're wondering, all the mortar work, concrete work, rock work, she does that all herself, and it's quite interesting. Going into the kitchen, the coolest thing about the kitchen is the floor. She's done all these inlays herself. It's just beautiful. And she's still working on the back section. This is a little area where she does her hula hoop practicing. And yeah, it's just pretty cool. I'm not going to take you out backyard because backyard is a work in progress, but she's got ducks and chickens and cats and all kinds of critters out there. Deb's in the bathroom, but we're not going to go in there. You hear her chuckling. This is where I stayed last year. This was the officially the peach room, but she calls it the princess room. So I got to stay in the princess room last year, and it was interesting. And anybody who knows me knows that I don't mind staying in a princess room. It was a bed to sleep on, and I was here 2 nights last year. Had the room to myself one night, and then the second night, this little pull-out bed here, Dragonfly stayed in, and that kept her from staying in the bunkhouse, which is a shed in the back. This is where we stayed last night, the Blue Moon room. But, anyways, this is the hostel. It's very simple, but it's very unique, and it's very cool. But the coolest part about this hostel is the owner, Sula. Yeah, she's just an awesome person, very unique personality, and I love her, friend for life. So, all right, we'll catch you later. Hey everybody, I'm back. I am at the spot where I got off the trail 8 months ago, and I'm going to turn this phone around and I'm going to show you what I couldn't show you the last time I was here. So hang on just a second. Just a quick summary. That's where I came off the AT. Last time I was here, you can see it's a bright sunshiny day today, but the last time I was here, it was 90 plus degrees, almost 100% humidity, raining, miserable. It was not fun. Come through here. This is where I camped, and this is where my phone finally died from all the water. And the AT trail goes over there. Little pump house here where we hikers can get water. And right over there, just past that little sign, that's where I was hitchhiking, and my buddy Jay picked me up. So Jay, if you're watching, my friend, I'm back, and I'm going to go on with this trail. So we're going to see what happens. Stay tuned, folks. Let's see what we got going on. Oh, by the way, if you didn't know, I've got Stephanie with me, navigator from last year, and we're going to be hiking the next 234 miles together. So Ninja, we'll be thinking about you, and we'll see you guys in a little bit. All right. Oh, you're fine. I'm going to, you'll hear me periodically pull my camera out and talk to it.
If there's ever a point that you don't want me to walk through that, like just...
No. I mean, everybody's going to know you're with me. Just the flip of that. If you ever don't want me to videotape you, let me know. Yeah. Yeah. This is so cool. It's like somebody made an elevated trail here. This is awesome. I love this. For the folks that are following me, we're probably 2.5, somewhere between 2.5, 3 miles into our first day back on the trail. And this is way cool. Yeah, somebody at some point in time has come here and elevated this path, this trail. Just totally cool. I love it. For those of you who don't know, that would be navigator up in front of me. And got to tell you, so far, almost 3 miles in, I'm tired. My body is already feeling it. And I've had to rest, I don't know, 15, 20 times already. Coming up a couple of steep but very short uphills. And Stephanie just keeps right on rolling. But slow progress. Our plan today is to do 9.5 miles to a tent site. We're not going to push it too hard. It's funny because last year, when I quit back at that parking lot, the next day I had planned to do almost 20 miles. I think it was a 19.7 mile day. Even thinking about walking 19 miles today is a fantasy for me. I'll be very thankful if I can get the 9.5 miles. But so far, so good. It's beautiful out here. Sunshiny day, so different from the day I left when it was rainy and stormy and mosquitoes and bugs and water and every kind of misery that you could possibly think of. Today is the exact opposite. So maybe that's the trail saying, welcome back. And, but look at this. It's beautiful. It's just beautiful. All right, that's enough. We'll talk to y'all later. How about that, folks? That's a beautiful view. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Yeah. This day is, it's been an interesting day so far. You can see what we're hiking on. These rocks come up like knives from the ground. And you wouldn't want to fall face first on those. I guess that's the beach.
Yeah, I think so.
Very cool. Wow. This is just beautiful.
This is what I'm out here for. Right here. Very cool. We're about a mile and a half from our where we're going to camp tonight. So we've come almost 8 miles now, but came upon this, and like Stephanie just said, like Navigator just said, if there's going to be graffiti on the mountain, this is some good graffiti. So there we go. And now, just for my buddy Ninja, if you're watching, I'm going to do a little zoom out and slide my phone over here and go kaboom! That's what Ninja says when he sees his power lines out here. So if you don't know, Ninja is down hiking the trail in Southern Virginia, and yeah, so he's got this thing about power lines. Made him his money, so I guess that makes sense. But there you go. All right, later. All right, folks. Something I never showed anybody last year that I'm going to try this year is just simply showing you how I set up my tent. I don't know how this video is going to go, but we're going to find out. All right, hopefully you can see this well. Give it my best shot. I have the same tent that I had last year. I love my tent. It is a Z-Pack tent that weighs all of a pound, just a hair over 1 pound. And I love it. It took me all the way to my 1,400 mile hike last year. And it's going to take me the rest of the way. I've got to be careful because there's some poison ivy in this field. So got to be careful. I don't want to get poison ivy. That would be bad. What I generally do is walk around and lay out my tent stakes where they're going to need to be. It takes a total of 8 stakes to set up my tent, and it's pretty quick. Not too bad. I'm taking my time today. I'll be honest, I'm tired. My first day back on the trail, I'm very tired. We did 9.5 miles today, and that was a hard 9.5 miles. That's all I'll say. This ground is really, really, really hard. A lot of rocks under the surface. The ground is fairly soft, as you can see, but underneath the surface, probably a couple inches there are some rocks. I always get my corner stakes first. It's been a while since I set this up, so might have a little confusion. I'm going to pause it here for a moment because I need to go get my tent pole, or my trekking poles. They are my tent poles. I have to raise these tent poles up a little bit higher than what I would hike with to get the right height on the tent. Alright, so after I've got those in, I'll put my end pegs in. And again, I've got to be very careful because I didn't realize it when I first walked into this little clearing that there's a lot of, and I mean a lot of poison ivy in here. So I have to go around and tighten all these up, and that should smooth out the outer portion of my tent. Oops, that's too much. Looking good, looking good. I may have to adjust these a little bit more. All right. I'm going to stop the recording for just a minute, and then I'll show you how I set up the inside of my tent. All right. This is a pad that I place underneath my air pad to keep any sharp sticks or rocks from poking a hole in my air mattress. And my tent's pretty dirty. I'm gonna have to see if I can try to get some of that dirt out of there. And be careful not to put my hand in poison ivy. I got most of it out, so we're in good shape. All right, so I spread this pad, this mat out. Last year I carried 2 of these pads, and they were not foldable like this one is. They were rolled up on the back of my pack. I didn't care much for that. All right. The next thing is my air pad. And yeah, this is what we have to do every night out here. Set this up. And in the morning, I just do the reverse. So it's pretty simple, not difficult at all. And yeah, so I will, I have a little air pump, because I'm not going to sit here and blow this sucker up. They do make a bag that you can fill with air and blow it in there. I don't care much for that. So, yeah. We will let it do its thing for a moment or two. And while that's happening, my rain gear, which I will not need today, my food bag, which I will need, along with a bag full of cookies that Deb made to give to other hikers out here, and my Subway sandwich for you guys who have been following me last year. You know, when I leave town, I like to take a Subway sandwich with me. So it saves time and water. All right. The next thing, I have to get into my compactor bag and get out my puffy. That serves as my pillow when I'm not wearing it. And this is my spare clothing bag, which also serves as my pillow. And I don't know if you can hear it, but the air pump is really starting to back down. That tells me it's getting full. So, I'm gonna crawl in here, check it out. It feels good. I'm going to. I always like to give it 5 good breaths after the pump starts blowing it in. That just firms it up for me and it makes it more comfortable to sleep. So, bear with me. Seal it up. My bed is ready. I got bugs in here already. We'll have to worry about getting them out of here. I don't like sleeping with bugs. Next, my camping quilt. This is a 20-degree camping quilt, and don't know if I'm going to need it tonight. I think the temperature is supposed to get down to probably around 59, I believe, tonight. That's really cool. Generally in the 59-degree temperature, I don't use that quilt. What I will use, however, is my quilt liner. This liner keeps me from getting my quilt dirty, because I will sleep inside of it, inside of my liner inside my quilt. All right, next. Inside the back section of my pack is my medicine bag. I've got a first aid kit. I've got my electronics. And that's pretty much all I need to take out of the back here. So I've got a first aid kit. I've got my hairbrush. I've got an umbrella. I've got my repair kit for all my material. Some bug spray. And that's about it. In this side pocket over here, I've got my Gatorade bottle. And this may gross some of you out, but this is what I pee in at night in my tent, because I'm not getting out of my tent at night. Not going to happen. So I'll pee in that, and then in the morning I will dump it into the privy, which they have here. I've got a water bottle. I'll put with my drinks. And yeah, that's about it. So I will. I'm going to put my pack up and slide it into my tent. I'm going to go get my bear hang, and I'm going to get my string strung, ready to hang my bear bag, and we'll be ready for dinner and ready to go to bed. So yeah, I'll get back with you in a bit. Bye. I have no idea how well you guys are going to see this, but out here we have to hang our food bags, unless you have a specialized container to put your food in. So this is the fun part. Oh, miss number 1. Let's try number 2. Oh man, it just grabbed at the last second. Doggone it. Failure number 2. Let's try number 3. Oh yeah, there we go. That's it. I'm in good shape for later after I eat to hang my food bag there. So I hope you were able to see that. We'll see. I'll check it out. But just to show you, this is the camping area we found. And there's my tent. Stephanie is up the hill. She hammocks. And surprised that we have chairs here. That's unheard of. We have a picnic table. We have chairs. I'm not sure exactly. That may be some water over there that people have left for us. Not sure. But they have each shelter, or they have a logbook that you can sign you're in or not. But this is the bear canister that Stephanie uses. So, all right, I'm going to put this away. We're going to have some dinner and enjoy this nice, beautiful, cool evening. So I will talk to y'all later. We've just finished eating dinner, and this is my food bag hanging in the tree. And I don't remember the specifics, but they want you to hang it up at least 12, 15 feet off the ground. And this is called the Pacific Coast Hang, where it's not tied to a tree. There's a special way that you hang the bag, and it hangs where the bear can't get it. So very cool. I have to do that every night. All right, folks, I think I'm going to call it a night. I'll see you tomorrow.
Keep going. Yeah, you got it. It's circumference too. That makes a huge difference.
Go, baby. Go, baby. Yep. Look at that. I've turned the videotape on at the right time.
So you could go forever. Now, look at
I love it. I love it.
Because it's hard. I mean, I will tell you, it took me, when I first went from these big ones to this, I was so mad. I hated these hoops. I was like, ew. Now I could just keep it.
So tell me, when you buy a hula hoop in the store, if you bought a hula hoop, is it more comparable to that size?
Mm-hmm. Maybe even smaller.
Weighted more?
No. Same weight. If you bought like from Walmart, like for real, keep going. There it is. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. You got it. Now it's momentum. It's just like the rocking and the momentum.
Look at him go!